all of our friends and painters. We have a beautiful new painting class here today. I have my niece Madeline.
Hello.
Madeline is here. She actually designed this painting that we're going to be doing today because she is beautiful with her art. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start by doing a sketch today because we're going to be doing butterflies, all right? So we're going to get started by, we're going to make like one big butterfly kind of like in the corner of our pictures. You can do this either like horizontal or vertical, your paintings today, or you can even do this on like a square paper. It doesn't really matter. We're using fancy dancy acrylic paper today for our paintings to paint on. You can also do this on canvas if you'd like, but we're going to go ahead and get started with our sketch process. And you can kind of just follow along as best you can. Because we're just doing a free sketch today. I know I usually do like a step-by-step thing, but it's Maddie's just gonna go for it because she is amazing at drawing and she's gonna speed ahead of us. But I'm gonna come over here in the corner. I'm gonna start by making my big butterfly. I'm gonna start by making the first wing because this is gonna be a butterfly kind of looking from the side. So I'm gonna start by making this line here. That's gonna be like the top wing.
I started with the body of it.
Or you can start with the body of it. You can also follow what Maddie's doing.
Yeah.
She might go a little bit faster and more efficient than me.
Yeah. I might just be sitting here while you're doing something else.
So I got kind of my top wing here, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make like a bottom, well, the side wing. I'm going to kind of come pretty close to the edges of the paper or the canvas here, and then move my palette aside so I don't knock it off the table. Hello. I'm going to bring this around. And I'm going to bring this over. So it's kind of like a triangle shape, the wings. That's the way I kind of like to look at it, a little bit of a triangle shape. Now we got the first top two wings here. You can kind of see how it's like folding in on each other. Like this one's kind of overlapping that one. So I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to start to make my bottom two wings. So like we said, this is just kind of a follow along tutorial. Or if you guys watching, you know, if you want to come up with a different way to draw a butterfly, that's totally fine too.
I made my butterfly too close to the corner. Oh well.
And making mistakes is totally okay, right?
Yeah.
That's why we have erasers. That's what they're there for.
I don't think my eraser will extend the edge of the paper though.
Yeah, that's true. But as always, we just do our best and have fun with it. That is the most important thing. Especially with art, anything we do with art. Got my wings here, and now I can start to make like, the body of the butterfly, which is really, really simple. It's just kind of like a worm, like a little wormy shape.
It's a worm with antennas.
That's essentially what it is. Make it a little bit curvy. Give it a little bit of curves. Ooh. And of course, your antennas, your antennae. Now, after that, as Maddie finishes up her big butterfly
I thought I was going to be done first.
I did too, but...
Oh well.
Now we're going to move on, and we're going to make like little butterflies like around, like in the center, kind of like trailing down, and in the center of the page. Because this is our design we came up with. It's going to be a beautiful butterfly scene, like butterflies in the meadow.
I'm starting already.
So for these, you guys can just make general, like, little butterfly shapes. We want them to be smaller than this big one.
Yeah.
But they can be varying in size. You can do some small, some a little bit bigger. Just whatever you want to do. We're just going to do some...
Just not bigger than that one.
Yeah, just some simple butterfly shapes. And then we'll paint them, obviously.
They can be, like, on the side like this one, but ours are going to be, like, their wings are going to be spread out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one was, like, looking from the side, so now we're going to do, like this kind of a butterfly. You know, when you do that with your hands. So the way I kind of practice doing these is kind of making, like, again, almost a bit of a triangle shape, but like kind of fat at the bottom, not coming to a point.
She's doing it differently than me.
To get our wings going.
I'm being very, the butterfly wing is very detailed. It doesn't have to be, but
you can do them as simple or as complex as you like, or just whatever. You can play around with different shapes.
Yeah. My elbow is on your paper.
Just like that. I also find just a simple little tip to kind of like turn your page so that some of them are like angled.
Yeah.
On the page, that really helps.
I'm gonna make one of them sideways.
So they look like they're all flying in like different directions.
One of them's gonna ram into the other one.
Honk, honk, watch out.
And these butterflies, we're not gonna add antennas. So
oh yeah, I guess
they're basically just worms now.
Worms with wings.
Yeah. I finished my first one.
We should also note that like the wings don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, you guys. Like,
yeah.
Because I said this before when we do other butterfly painting classes. Because in real life, a butterfly does actually not have perfectly symmetrical wings. Like if you look at a picture of a photograph of a real butterfly, 9 times out of 10 their wings are actually not symmetrical. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, these wings gotta be completely perfect, you know, symmetrical. Like if you were to fold them in half, they would match up. Because real life butterflies don't actually do that.
This one's gonna ram into, I don't know, thing right there. Thing in the corner.
So how many of these little butterflies were we planning on doing?
4, I think.
4.
Yeah, 4.
I mean, you guys can obviously do as many or as few as you'd like.
And you can add antennas too.
Yeah.
We're just not doing that.
Because that was just our plan.
Our plan.
All along.
We had a plan.
Totally on purpose.
We had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That one's the one that's gonna be
Crash landing.
okay. Let me just make the one that is gonna get rammed into.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one more to make. You can also put the butterflies wherever you want. Like this one doesn't have to be in the corner.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can make it on the other side too. Doesn't really matter.
I kind of look at it like this is the mega, like ultimate mother of all butterflies, and this is like her minions.
Or these are just flying farther away, and she's just really close.
That's true.
That's what I think of it as.
That's true too. See, she has a more logical explanation for the difference in sizes. Now, you guys can obviously take your time as Maddie is doing. I've got my 4 butterflies here.
Wait for me.
And the last thing I am going to do in my sketch before we get started like mixing paint and actually painting is I'm just going to kind of denote, we're going to put like grass down here.
Yeah, but that is
But we're going to make, we're going to make like the texture with our paints. But I'm just going to, in my picture, make like a really, really light.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you don't have to, but that way so I just know where the grass is going to be. I'm just going to put a nice thin line here. I'll also take some time as she's catching up to like, I might change a couple of my lines and clean things up a bit.
I'm not changing any of my lines. I'm taking too long.
See, she does it the slow and methodical way. I don't always do it that way.
She's impatient about
I am very impatient, especially when it comes to sketching. So, once you guys are all complete with this step, we can move on to the second portion of our little class today, our tutorial. We're just going to be mixing our paint colors. And we should also note that for this class, for this tutorial, you can actually use any colors you want. It's just whatever you've got on hand, because Butterflies come in all sorts of different colors. Okay, so here we've got our paints going for us.
I'm gonna move my picture.
Yeah, we should probably move our picture so we don't
Just move the picture aside.
Yeah, because we don't want to ruin those beautiful sketches.
Yeah.
We have, of course, our 3 primary colors, which are
primary red, primary yellow, and primary blue. The primary colors. Titanium white.
Which any type of white will work, but titanium white is what we've got. It's usually the most common anyway.
That's what we bought at the store.
And then we're also using raw umber today. It's basically like a really, really dark gray, almost black. Typically, raw umber is what I use to do low lights and stuff, but today we don't really have any low lights to do, so we'll probably just do this to like outline the bodies of the butterflies and to do
I feel like we should have
like the body parts.
Well, oh, okay. We're gonna do that black.
Yeah. But you guys, if you have black at home, you can always use that too. I just always prefer to use raw umber. So we can go on ahead and make our color wheel, which is super important to understand as an artist.
Yeah.
There are 6 colors in the color wheel. There, of course, are 3 primaries, which is what we're going to start with.
Yeah.
So we'll start. It doesn't actually matter what color you start with, but we'll go on ahead and we've got these kind of like round looking palettes, so that kind of works out.
Flowers.
Yeah, it kind of works out really well for this because we're making a circle anyway.
You guys can use whatever palettes you have.
So I'm going to start with blue at the top. And then we'll skip a spot because we'll do mixing in that one and we'll come to the next area.
It's probably going to be green, I think.
I'm thinking ahead. She thinks she's so smart.
Exactly.
Which is, it is correct.
Exactly.
Because we've done this before.
Yes, we have.
And then we'll skip ours has a little bit more than 6 spots, so we can skip like another spot.
Yeah.
I guess. So that it's like still in a circle. And then put down our red.
Oh, and make sure you guys have something that you don't want to get paint on, because,
like your clothes, yeah.
Yeah, the clothes. Unless you don't have acrylic paint. I think watercolor comes out, but I don't think acrylic does. And
yeah, acrylic typically doesn't.
So.
Because once it dries, it's like permanent. Alright, so we're actually going to, typically you guys know I use a paint spatula, but we didn't have those today, so we're going to be creative and we're going to just use the tip of some extra paintbrushes to mix our paints with. So, now that we've got our wheels started, these are the primary colors. Well, we need to make the secondary colors now. So those are going to go in between all of these, and it's essentially going to be, you know, half of each of them. Although, as I always say a little bit in advance, theoretically it should be half and half, but in practice it doesn't always turn out that way. But we'll start out with our blue and yellow.
I wouldn't do half and half for like blue and yellow, because yellow is lighter. So we do a little bit of blue and a lot of yellow to make green.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm so glad that you learned that from me. We start mixing it up, and you can always, always, always add more of one or the other if it doesn't turn out to be the color you want.
If you want to make multiple greens or something, like, that is more of a teal than a green. I think it's a little bit more yellow. If you want multiple greens, like for the grass, maybe you want a different color green. If you're doing a green butterfly, which I'm guessing I am, then if you want to make another color, you can mix a little bit more blue or a little bit more yellow.
So you're already thinking, because what I was thinking for the grass section, what I'm going to probably do is do like this regular green.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to like probably mix a lighter green with white. And then I'm going to use that for texture and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So as many versions of green as you want to mix up right away.
Yeah.
Should we wipe our mixing tool off?
If you guys don't have, if you guys have a mixer thing, whatever she said.
A mixing tool.
A mixing tool, then use that, because we just don't have it.
Yeah. But this works just fine too.
Yeah, it works perfectly.
Like before I had a paint spatula, I would use a butter knife, and I just kept it in my paint kit. Alright, so our next color then, and you guys can take as long as you need to mix that. You can always like edit your colors as you go.
Yeah.
We'll do, we got like 2 spots here, so just pick one or the other. And we're going to mix
orange
with yellow and red. And again, just like before, I wouldn't go completely half and half, because then it's going to be really, really reddish.
Yeah, you need a lot of yellow.
Yeah, probably a little bit more yellow, or quite a bit more yellow than red.
Oh, I almost used my pencil as a mixing tool. I guess we don't need it anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Oh well.
That would work as well.
Yeah. Pencil. Just don't use the part that you write with, because then I'll get gray in the paint. So. Alright, I have a dark orange. She does not. Because I use too much red.
Yours isn't really that much darker. I mean, we can compare.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this off. Alright. I made my one. Okay, I'm making two. That was probably not enough red now. I used too much red and not enough red. Okay, I might add a little bit more red into this one. It depends how it turns out. I'm not done mixing. Okay, yeah, that's very light. I might add more yellow to this one and then just keep this one.
Sounds like a mustardy, like a honey color.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I'm gonna add a little bit more yellow into the dark one because it looks too much like red to me. So.
The color you want, you're probably not going to get it right away.
Yeah.
So like, don't be afraid to edit. I always say edit your colors. Like you can keep adding things, mixing things, just experiment with it.
I have a lot of orange now. I didn't need this much, but oh well.
All right, while she is finishing up with that one, I'm going to move on to our final color.
I'll just, I'm gonna take a long time on that one too. Wait, where did that go?
For our last one, again, it can be half and half. This one can actually be half and half.
Yeah, because they're both dark colors.
But because they're both dark colors, like I always say, guys, just straight up, heads up, you're gonna want to add some white to it as well.
Alright. Okay, I think I'm done with both my oranges. Good enough. That's as best as I'm gonna get it. So, because I'm kind of impatient too. Down goes the yellow.
Yellow down. All right, so I've got my white, and I'm gonna do half red and half blue.
Like pink.
Oh yeah, we could also make a pink. I didn't even think about that.
Do that. Because like the background. You might need it.
Just a heads up in advance, you guys, we are going to make pink as well.
Yeah.
Once we get our color wheel going.
Yeah. You might want to add a little bit more red to that. It reminds me of the 4th of July.
Red, white, and blue.
Yes.
Yep.
So you make purple. If you mix the American flag together, it makes purple. It makes
Sure
all
does.
those colors together. Purple. Oh, mine is a blue too.
Or like any other flag that's red, white, and blue, like
Yeah.
France and England. And
Oh,
there's like a lot of countries. I think my purple, I'm just going to say good enough. Because I'm satisfied in there.
If you're doing this with somebody else and they have different colors that you like, just use their colors.
Yeah, you could always share.
Yeah, sharing is caring. Or you could just borrow.
So I think now we've got our full
Wait.
color wheel going on here. So we will give you guys a chance if there's any extra colors you want to make. Like if you want to make a light green or a pink, which heads up, pink is just a light version of red.
The purple is getting in with my pink. It's fine. Whatever. As long as it's not.
So like we said, just give you a second, a couple minutes. If there's anything extra that you don't have on your palette already that you want to get out and do.
Yeah, like a dark green or a light green, or maybe like another yellow, like I did. Or not yellow, orange. Just pretend I didn't say yellow. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I got my pink. I like this pink. It's very similar to our colors are very similar.
Yeah, they are. We did good. We did a good job.
Alright, I'm gonna make another green because I could always just make this green, and then if you make a green that you don't like, if you want it like lighter, then just add white to it, and it'll be fine.
Additionally, my tip to you guys is also make sure you get out your black or raw umber and have that somewhere so that you can access it when we get to that point.
Because we're gonna get to that point, so be prepared, okay?
Yeah, and our other tip is just while we're still, fixing up and getting all our colors in order here, to make sure you do have at least 2 versions of green.
Yeah.
For the grass. It'll help it look a little bit more realistic, I think.
Yeah.
So you can either do a light green and a dark green. You can do like a regular green and a bluish green. You can do like a yellow green and a bluish green. Just make sure you have 2 varying versions of green.
Yeah, 2 shades of green. That's all we ask of you. As long as you can tell it's 2 shades of green, it's fine. I'm just gonna make a lighter green.
I'm gonna make up my other green here.
Ah. The purple is going into the green.
I know, that's why I'm trying to keep in this little crevice here in the corner.
Yes.
Yes.
I got a mountain of yellow and then just a teeny bit of blue.
That's definitely gonna make a different type of green.
Yeah, I make like, trying to think, like a lily pad green. Why is this dark?
Alright, well my original plan was to make this a really light green, but it's already turning out darker than my other green.
Exactly, that's
So what I'm going to do, and this is just a little bit of a hint, a little tip, is I'm going to take like the tip of my mixing tool and I'm just going to very gently dip it in my raw umber here. And I'm going to add a little bit of raw umber to this because that's going to make it even darker.
It makes it even darker. Why? Why do you want it even darker though?
So that I've got a light one here and a dark one here. Because I want them to be, you know, as different as possible so we can really tell the difference between the two shades.
Oh, I should probably do that then. Because I'm making 3 greens. This could be like a lime green maybe. Maybe like a pastel green kind of. I don't know. It's not gonna be, it's gonna be very light green. Okay.
But I am going to lighten up my blue. You guys don't have to. But I am going to lighten it up because I think we want to work with lighter colors today.
Yeah,
and the blue that we had just straight out of the tube was pretty dark.
If you want a light blue.
The blue that you have at home might be lighter than ours.
Yeah, if you want a dark blue butterfly too, if yours is dark blue, then whatever. We just want a light blue, so
Yeah.
you don't have to copy us if you don't want to.
Yes, everyone has creative freedom.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you do, it's going to look great.
Yes, it's going to look gorgeous. Now I think aside from that, because I've just got one more space left and like, why not? I'm just going to put down some plain white there.
I don't know how they made.
I think we're going to get our space cleaned up a little bit and then we're going to come back and get started painting.
I'm going to take a little break.
Yay! Alright, we are back and we are ready to get started with painting today. Now, I already kind of planned this out, so we're going to do things, or at least I'm going to do things, a little bit counterintuitive to what you might think. I actually want to work on the background first, okay, because once we do the background, then it's easier to do the objects in front of it, because if we do all of these objects, and then when we get to do the background, we might accidentally smear over, you know, all the beautiful work we just did. So it sounds a little bit weird to do the background first, but
we're probably going to take a little break once we finish the background so it can dry, but
yeah, we can let it dry for a few minutes and then come back. Although acrylic paint does dry.
We might have a little snack break, maybe. I don't know.
So you can use basically any brushes you want for this class.
But we have this tiny little, this brush, we have 2 of these ones.
Yeah, so we'll probably share those.
Yeah. And then we have a big one for the background since the background is a big space.
Yeah. So you can use the big one for the background. I'll just use one of these because I typically just use one brush the entire time.
That's fine.
So this is just like a small medium round head brush. It's kind of my favorite go-to for any type of paintings.
And for our background, we're going to do like a sunset kind of.
Yes, like sunset colors. But you can also do whatever you want if you just want to do like blue, really light blue, dark blue.
And also,
anything you want to do really.
Do we need to save room for like the grass, or can we just paint there too and then we'll just paint over it since it's acrylic paint?
Yeah, so I made this line here so that I know where to stop with the background. So if you guys didn't make a line, you can just make a line with your paint as we do the background across there. So that then when we do the grass, it'll kind of come over the background a little bit. But by then the background will be dry, so it won't be a big deal.
Yeah.
So, as always, we always get our brushes wet to start.
Yeah.
So that they're nice and soft, pliable, easy to work with.
If you're doing watercolor, which you absolutely can, then you want to make, you don't want to go over, you don't want to get the grass to go over the background because it won't look that good.
Because watercolor doesn't like to overlap that well.
Yeah.
But we are using acrylic paint, and if you are using acrylic paint with us, you can just follow along.
Yeah.
So what colors are we going to do? Are we going to do like pink and then fade to like an orangish yellow?
I think we should do the yellow down here and then the pink up here. Kind of.
Okay.
Because that's more of a sunset. That's more of a
All right, so we're gonna start with yellow, kind of near the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow near the grass.
I'm gonna make my grass not that big. Okay.
Yellow. And then we're gonna kind of like fade it
into like a light orange.
Yeah, and then like kind of fade it into pink up there, like ombre effects. Ombre effects.
I'm just gonna make my line right here. If you did what I did, because you're lazy and don't want to draw a line, or you just don't feel like drawing a line, then just make a line with your paintbrush. Okay.
And I already went over my line a little bit, which is totally fine. Because when we do the grass,
I don't want to be able to see the line at all. Which, if you followed her, it's fine. Just I don't want to see my line. If I made a line, I don't want to see.
Hopefully, the grass will be dark enough that it'll cover up the line.
If you do like the dark at the top, but I feel like you should do light at the top.
Oh, we do want to be sure that we go around each of our objects too. But if you do get your paint like over top the line or over top your butterfly, it is totally fine.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares because we'll go back and we're gonna paint over it anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't
See,
matter.
this was my logic of doing the background first because it does make life a little bit easier.
Okay, the line for where we blend is like right here. I'm gonna make a line for where we blend.
Okay.
Yellow,
she is denoting where a good spot to start blending will be.
I don't know if it's a good spot. I just started painting this butterfly.
It'll be a good spot, trust me.
Okay.
For now, we're just going to kind of fill in the bottom part with all yellow.
I just paint over the... Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a smaller tip. Once we do the butterflies, I'm going to use a smaller tip brush. I'm just using this big brush for the background. And
typically, big brushes fill big spaces, and small brushes fill small detailed spaces.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to use a small brush, a small tip brush. But you can use whatever size brush you want. Just, I would recommend using a small tip brush for the butterflies and a large brush for the background. She likes to use one brush only for each painting, so like only one brush per painting.
Typically, I just go and I don't even think to switch brushes, but
I like switching brushes because it's kind of easier. You have more options.
But you can do whatever you want.
Yes. If you're doing this, then nobody cares what kind of brush you use.
Yep, you do you.
Nobody cares what you're doing except for maybe you. So just do whatever you want. And then if you do if you are doing this on like the website that my aunt has, I don't know if you, I think you can, but if you comment pictures of your artwork, we will probably respond to it if we see it. When we see it, we will see it, okay? And we will respond to it.
Yes, I will leave in the description instructions on how, if you do want to share your artwork with us. It's very, very easy.
Because we would love to see your artwork.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah, we want to see how good you guys did too. And we wanna comment back. Say hi, maybe.
Yeah, say hi to us.
Yeah. We don't bite. I just spent too much time outlining my butterfly.
That's okay. I just outline as I go. You can either do that or you can outline like she's doing and then fill it in, because now it's going to go really fast for her to fill all that space in.
Yeah. And you guys, if we're going too fast for you, or you can
always pause and rewind.
Yeah. And if we're going too slow for you, just speed up the video.
Yeah. I doubt we're going too slow, but you never know.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
You never know. Alright, I'm coming up to about the area where I'm going to start blending. And so to do our blending, you guys, very, very simple. We just take small amounts. I see this all the time that people can't blend because they take too much paint on the brush at a time. So just start with very, very small amounts of the next color you're going to do, which we're going to do orange next.
Yeah.
And kind of go...
If you have 2 shades of orange, like I do, I would recommend using the light orange first and then going into the dark orange. And if you don't want to do pink, you can do red. And if you're doing it, you don't have to do the sunset color too, You could do whatever colors you want for the background. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you could even do one solid color if you want to keep it simple.
If you want to make it like a blue sky and it's daytime, we're trying to make it like a sunset where it's setting and the butterflies are flying around and make it beautiful.
So I'm just taking very, very small increments of the next color on my brush at a time, and I'm kind of going along this whole edge where I stopped.
I'm gonna make sure it's like wet right here. Like
and if your brush, you kind of want the brush to feel a little bit dry, that will really help your blending.
And you also don't
like I said, if you get too much paint on there, it's going to be really, really difficult because it's going to be too much paint to control.
Also, you don't want the yellow to dry before you blend the orange, because if you blend the orange when the yellow is dry, it will not work.
Mine's already getting a little bit dry, which is why I'm using a dry brush here to really, really be gentle with it.
And then if you use too much orange, which I may or may not have done, you just grab some yellow and...
Yeah, and then you can always take yellow and go back and
beautiful.
Kind of blend it back the other way. That's a really good technique to use.
Yeah. And it looks beautiful. Okay, trust me. It will always look beautiful.
And the way you use your brush can make a difference too.
Yeah.
Like Addie likes to do a lot of dabbing. I like to kind of do this like swirling and swiping motion. Whatever works for you.
Yeah. I like to do dabbing because like when you, I think I used too much paint. I'm good at, I promise you guys I'm good at blending, but
she's like the queen of blending.
Yeah. Just, I accidentally, because I have a big brush right now, so I accidentally used too much paint. But that's okay. It's always okay.
And then from there, once we got it, like these two areas kind of starting to feel seamlessly together, then we can start moving on with more and more of that color you're using, which like we're using the orange.
Yeah. If you guys are using different colors, if you want to like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like, if you guys could do a blue, like you could make two different shades of blue and then blend them together.
That'd be cool.
Or you can make it nighttime and you just make it like black.
Or like the really, really dark blue faded into black.
Yeah, and then you could make stars with like a white one. Or you could use like a white gel pen or a white acrylic marker or paint marker once it's dry, and then you can make stars. And like what I like to do with stars is I like to take my oil pastel once the white stars are dry, and I make a little circle of oil pastel around it to make it look like it's actually shining. So yeah, that's a good tip.
Tips from the pro.
My brush is filled with paint, so I need to put it in some water for a little bit. And also, if you put your brush, like if you leave your brush in the water like this, that's not good for your brush because the bristles of the brush will start falling off, and we don't want that.
Yep, that is very true. It's a very common misconception is to leave the brushes in the water like that.
Yeah, nobody wants that to happen to their brushes, especially if ours are brand new. So, yeah.
Yep.
Just don't do that, and you'll be fine. That's another tip, because I don't know if she said this on her show, on her videos before, so just trying to tell you guys. And the star thing, just remember that if you're ever doing stars, I would highly recommend doing that because it looks very, very shiny, and like it makes it look very bright. Makes the stars look realistic. And then I'm not gonna make a line for where I stop here. I'm just gonna like kind of just keep going now with the orange. I think I did a little bit too much yellow right here, or like, and if you did too much yellow, just put the orange more into the yellow and it will be fine.
It will be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It'll look great either way. If you're following her, don't listen to what I'm doing. Listen to what she's doing, not me.
Alright, I think I got it pretty well blended. I'm going to keep moving upwards with my orange.
Okay, Okay, now I'm gonna do my darker orange now because I made a darker orange. And I'm gonna try to make it a little bit lighter, like, because I don't know if I'm gonna use it ever again in this painting.
Yeah.
So I might just put some white in it once I'm done with this to make it lighter, to make like a little bit of that, and then blend it into the pink so it's light enough to blend it into the pink.
Yeah, because I only did one version of orange. I'm going to start transitioning into my pink now.
I messed up, so
That's fine.
I'm doing multiple. Okay. And I used a little bit too much. If you use a little bit too much, don't do it directly into the lighter orange or whatever you're doing or whatever you have right there. Or do it kind of away from it, because then you could add a little bit less there. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. But, yeah.
Just keep working along.
Just listen to my advice, and
It's just...
if you understand my advice, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, then don't listen to me.
We're essentially just making ombre effects.
Yeah.
It just fades up the page, and whatever colors you do, it doesn't matter because it's all going to be, faded like an ombre effect.
And it's gonna look beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And we really want to see your guys' pictures. So we really, really, really want to see them. We want to know what you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. So yeah. Please send us pictures of what you guys did.
Make Madeline's day.
Yeah. Make my day. I want to comment back, and I want to say hi and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say hi. I want to know what you guys did.
Started bringing my pink a little bit too low there. I'm going to clean my brush and go back with the orange over that. This is the only thing I love about acrylic paint. It's so easy to fix mistakes.
You could literally paint this with ketchup and mustard and make it look beautiful. So, if you don't have paints, you know
That
what
would
to
be
do.
an interesting scent.
It
might be really sticky too.
It would look beautiful though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't look too bad. So, alright. Okay, now I'm gonna go on with my white and just make this orange a little bit lighter, like just a little bit, so I can blend it into my pink. Because that is not gonna blend into pink. Alright, ooh. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna mix it. Where's my papers? Make this just a little bit lighter. Just so the pink can, like, I don't know, like, blend into it. I don't know. Do whatever it's doing. Oh, I made that a little. I added too much white. Alright. Mix. Let's hope this blends well, because if it does not, then I'm not. It's not going to work out. Alright. Alright. I'm mixing with my fingers. I don't really care right now. So, just mix with your finger. If you don't feel like, mix with your finger.
Yes, finger painting is always permitted.
Yeah. We always permit the fingers of the painting. Even though this is my first time here. Whatever. You may or may not see more videos with me in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We really don't know yet. But I think I'll be in more videos. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
We like Madeline on these videos.
On this, art thing. So, yeah. We like me. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I gotta do my pink, blend it into this peachy color. I made it sort of a peachy color. And, obviously I used too much. Yeah. And if you guys need any, like, art tips that, we didn't say in this video or any other videos, just like comment and we will probably respond.
Yep.
We are most likely to respond to your comments. If you comment, like, if you need help with something, or like if you're not doing something right and you don't know why, we might know the answer.
Yep. We're always welcome to be helpful.
Yeah. So don't worry.
So we'll take a few more minutes to finish up the sky in the background.
Don't be afraid to ask us anything that you need help with.
Alright, so hopefully by this point you guys have got your background pretty well done.
Okay.
And if you used acrylic like us, it's probably almost dry already, so we don't even really need to wait for it to dry. Before we move on to our next step, which is going to be
painting
our big butterfly here.
Big butterfly.
Now, like we said before, colors are completely up to you. I think we're going to do
we're gonna do rainbow. She's gonna try.
We're gonna try different versions because she's
Yeah.
gonna do a rainbow and I'm gonna do a little bit more of this ombre effect, like the background.
Yeah.
So whoever you want to follow, you totally can, or do your own thing.
Yeah.
But now that you've practiced with the blending techniques in the background, it should be easier for you now to do any type of blending technique you want to do on your actual butterfly.
My paint, my thing is stuck to the paper towel.
Well, I'm going to go on ahead and get started with my butterfly.
I'm going to start kind of sketching out like the little patterns on the butterfly wings because I want to sketch it out and then color it. So I already painted, I mean.
All right, so she's going to do some sketching of like, I always like to call it like the veins on the butterfly wings. You can either sketch in advance like she's doing, or I'm going to paint and then I'm just going to paint the lines over the wings free-handed when I'm done. So either way you want to try it, totally fine. But for the wings, I'm just going to do, just like we did in the background, like this ombre effect from the bottom up. I'm going to do like maybe some red down here, fade it to purple, and then fade it to blue up to the top. So I'm just going to fill in all the wings kind of collectively together. I'm not going to worry about, I'm going to probably go over these lines in between each of the wings. And then once it's dry, I'm going to add those details of the veins like she's doing there.
For those of you that are following me, I'm starting, like, you don't have to do the exact same whatever I'm doing. You can do whatever you think it should look like. And if you want to follow, like, exactly how I'm doing it, it might not turn out exactly how I'm doing it.
Yeah, everybody's will be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Which is the beauty of art, I like to say.
Yeah. That's okay if everybody's is a little bit different because we like differentness. Yeah.
So just sit back, relax, take your time, and do what you need to do so we can get this big butterfly going.
Yeah. Alright, and I'm making these little curves right here, and then I'm gonna make it with the, it's raw umber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. With the raw umber, I'm gonna color it in, like the edges of the butterfly wing are gonna be a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
I'm just making these little curves on there. The veins of the butterfly. So, yeah. And this is gonna be the worm part of the body, or the body of the butterfly is gonna be raw umber or black. That's what I was thinking of doing. Not like an ombre, but like coloring the little things. I was kind of thinking of ombreing it, but like the pink or the red or the purple is gonna be like on the edges, and then we go in, and then it starts at pink right here. And
that's a good idea too.
And then I was gonna go back over it with like maybe like a darker pink or something, or whatever I want. The veins with like a dark color. It doesn't really matter what color. If you guys want it, it doesn't matter. I I would say a dark color.
Yeah, I recommend the dark because
yeah.
it looks a little bit more realistic, I think.
Yeah. And it's just better to use.
Alright, so now I'm up to the purple here. I got my purple pretty well up. Oh, this is looking gorgeous. Alright, so now I'm going to slowly transition to the blue. And again, I don't know if I said this tip before, but make sure you don't actually want to clean your brush in between each color, because where there's a little bit of purple still left on here, that's going to help you transition very slowly into the blue. Or whatever color you're working on now.
Okay. I just finished this wing, and then I think I'm going to do the dots after I paint the rainbow part, because there's going to be dots on here. I think I'm going to do that after I paint the rainbow part of the butterfly. And then I will go on with the dots once it dries.
And now from here, my butterfly's looking really good. I think I'm even going to add like some white, like highlight here on the top, and then I'm going to ombre it back down. Alright, next Maddie's going to start to paint her butterfly. So if you wanted to do the method that she's doing, you can follow along with her.
Do it a little bit light so you can still see the pencil line, but just, you don't need to see the pencil lines that much. Okay, so I'm starting with pink because I like pink, so. And I want it to be pink at the start of the rainbow.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to outline, put in like all the veins like she did with her pencil there. I'm going to do that free-handed with my raw umber, or your black, or whatever color, a dark color is what we would prefer.
Yeah. I'm going to do that once my butterfly dries, which it will be doing shortly. And I can just barely see the lines on the butterfly, so that is kind of worrying me, but it's fine. It's okay.
I think you'll still be able to see them through the paint, yeah.
Once the paint dries, it should be okay to be able to see.
So I'm starting very, very simply just filling in the body. Do that first because that's kind of the easy part.
Alright. I'm starting to do my light orange. I'm doing all light colors. If you want to do dark colors, I don't care. Just do whatever you want. I really don't care what you're doing. It'll look good either way. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't look perfect, okay? Everybody's is perfect in their own special way.
And then I'm gonna very, very gently, this is why we went with a small fine tip brush to do this outline on the antennas. Antennae.
Antennae. Carrie.
The antennae.
So I just finished with my orange. I'm doing very little spots of like very little color, like lines kind of. So I have more room to do all the colors of the rainbow. And not have just like have to cut off at like blue because I don't have enough room for purple. Even though there might be a purple butterfly, that we don't need to know about that right now. But yeah, I need to do small little lines. If your butterfly is bigger, then you can do bigger lines. My butterfly is small though, so I'm doing smaller lines.
And like what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of outlining my wings first, and then I'm going to go back and add in those fine details of like the veins, I like to call them.
And you can follow her, you can follow me. I'm doing a little bit slower than her because I wanted to sketch out. We're both doing it a different way though. So.
Yeah, it's just different methods. It's going to get you kind of the different ways, different paths to get to the same result.
And now I'm going to use my light green that I made earlier for the grass. I'm going to use my very light green for my butterfly.
Ooh.
Because we're doing light colors and I need a light green for my butterfly. So.
Your butterfly is styling.
Yeah. Tiny brush.
Yeah, you can switch to a smaller brush if needed.
Which I'm going to do because I need it.
Just any brush that comes to like a fine point is going to work best for you.
It's needed with me, so. I'm going to start doing the body of the butterfly. And then I will go into the wings once the wings are dry enough. Almost done.
Now, I just thought of something. This is really similar to the paint a rainbow butterfly with a spoon video I did quite a while ago. So this is a little bit similar to that. But one thing that we did in that class is that after we, got like this outline and stuff done, is that we took some like white and we made really, really tiny white dots like on the edges of the wings, like here. So this is optional if you want to add this. I'm just going to do this kind of quickly. Some like maybe larger dots, some maybe smaller, just on top of this dark area that's like on the edges of the wings. Specifically on the bottom parts and the top parts of the wings.
Okay, now I'm starting to outline mine, and I'm doing the big black part right here as she's adding the dots to the same part on her picture. And then that's good that, and I would would recommend using a small tip brush for this part because I think you know why.
Mm-hmm. There's all those fine, fine details.
Now we are done with our big butterfly. If you're going a little slow and you need to pause, then pause the video.
Yep, it's always fine to pause.
Yeah.
Absolutely no judgment.
Yes.
So, next, that was basically the hard part.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, everything from here on out is going to be a breeze.
Yeah, because these butterflies we're not going to make them rainbow.
They're just going to be one color each and then a little bit of outlining and then they're going to be done.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our grass and it'll be finished.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and pick, whatever order you want to do your butterflies in. If you want to make them all one color, that's cool. We're going to make them all different colors, I think. And we'll pick different colors for each of them.
Yep.
So basically, we're just going to fill them all in with one solid color to start.
Alright. The little lines we're not going to do. If you guys want to.
I say we save the lines, like the outlining part, until after we get all of them filled in, because then the paint will be dry.
Yeah, I know. And the little lines, like the veins, you can do that if you want. I don't.
I think we might skip that for these just because they're so small, and that's going to be really, really tricky to do those details.
And I don't feel like doing that. I don't think any of us do, so.
Yeah, we feel like making this nice and easy peasy on these, so.
Yeah.
Alright, now I've got all my butterflies filled in, so now I'm going to go back, and again with that raw umber, we're not going to do full out veins, but we're just going to kind of outline like the body and like around the wings.
I just finished. Alright, we're going to take my tinier brush.
And again, if you made antennae, you can do that now. Add those in there if you want.
If you want.
Otherwise, we're just going to do a little simple outline.
The guy that's trying to fly to the sun, his wings are changing color now because he's trying to fly to the sun.
It has a backstory.
It's matching to the sunset. And then the blue one, because the pink one made up a story about the blue one, so the blue one's trying to ram into the pink one now. They have backstories. And then the purple one is just chilling right there. Just watching all the stuff that's happening. So, yeah. The little backstories. And the rainbow one flew into a rainbow and turned rainbow.
And like we said, if you want to add white dots to these, you can. I might after it dries.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on and do the grass. So to get started with the grass, you're going to take one of the two. Remember, we made 2 green colors. So just take one or the other, doesn't matter which to start. And we're basically going to fill in all this section at the bottom. Just fill it all in with it. And then after that, we're just going to dab that other color, whatever other version of green you have. We're just going to dab that on top to kind of make some texture.
I have a sponge to use. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I'm going to use it.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to bring in extra tools, you can.
Because I'm doing that. Alright, I'm going to do the dark green like she is, and then go into the light green. Like, I have 3 shades of green, though, so I'm going to use all 3 shades.
And make sure you bring it right up to where you stopped with the sky, but it can like overlap a little bit because we're going to make some texture there as well.
Okay, I'm not going to do it all the way up to, I'm not going to bring the dark green all the way up to that line because I'm going to use 3 shades.
Oh, okay.
So we're not going to, if you guys have 3 shades like me, then listen to me.
Now I'm just going to kind of dab along that line, along the skyline, so that again we get a little bit of a texture going on.
Alright, I'm going into
With my brush.
I'm going into like my middle color kind of. It's a little bit lighter than the green, than the dark green. You can barely tell, but oh well.
So she's starting out with a bit of an ombre effect first, and then going to do her texture. I'm just going to go straight away and bring in my other color and do texture.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just going to dab it all over in here.
Okay.
Another thing you can do is you can take just white or just something dark like the raw umber and dab that in as well. For, again, a couple of highlights and lowlights in there.
I'm dabbing mine.
Because we love our highlights and lowlights.
Yes, we do.
Makes things a lot more realistic.
I'm going to take my really light green and do kind of what she's doing. Just dab it into there. And like, dab it over the line, dab it under the line. Dab, 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 dab.
Dabbity dab.
Dabbity dab, 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 dab.
I have to hold on to your paper while you do this so it doesn't get away from you.
It's gonna grow legs and run away from you guys.
And just like that, I think my grass looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to finish off with doing some dots around the wings of these butterflies as well.
I'm gonna go back around with my darker green and blend that back into my very light green. So it looks kind of like hers, how she did it. And then take my other kind of light green and dab that into the really light green. So I have a realistic effect. And I kind of want to do white dots now. Okay, I'm doing the white dots.
I'm just making mine really, really light.
Yeah. Alright, I'm adding little white dots too. Even though I said I wouldn't.
They just look too good.
Yeah, they do.
We finish up our paintings. We want to thank you guys for joining us in this tutorial class today.
Thank you.
I think we all had a really great time.
Yes.
We hope to paint with you again very, very soon. Maybe we'll see more of Madeline here on the videos. Aside from that, we wish you all happy painting.
Happy painting.
Happy painting. And later, painters.
Later.